Hi, I'm Kate, 33, pronouns she and her today.
This has been really liberating and empowering in the fact that, like, oh, that's a thing you can do. Like, you can be not normal, and like there's other people that are not normal too, but I don't know. So that part's awesome. How, like, we kind of were meant to be nomadic, and I think a lot of us just hold on to that more than others, as society has changed away from that. It was all really serendipitous the way that it happened, because I had like a really crappy job, and then I got interviewed to be a park ranger, and they were like, yeah, do it, but it's at the coast. And my lease was up like 2 months later at my apartment, so I got a van and just let it run out. Oh, hello. My mom died recently, and she was the one that was always kind of like, follow your dreams, like wherever your heart, you know, and I changed majors in college 3 times, I think, and she was always the one that was like, well, do it if that's where your heart is at. And so having that is probably the biggest reason that I was able to do this, because she's still the only person in there that's doing that. I feel like she was like that because she lived a life unfulfilled, because she was so responsible, and she was always doing what everybody told her she should do, and you know, she towed the line, and she was the strongest woman that I've ever known. And I think, like, I'm grateful for that kind of upbringing, but at the same time, like, it made me really sad to know that, like, she did that for me, and I think she would have wanted me to, like, not do that if it was making me unhappy, because it made her unhappy. And so I saw her die pretty young, having that, and like never going for a huge dream that she had a lot. So I don't know, in a way maybe it's selfish, but I feel like it's kind of honoring her and her memory by just like, okay, Mom, I'm doing it. I'm doing something adventurous. I'm following a dream. Because I have a lot of spine issues. I fell off a cliff and like broke my back, and then it caused this trauma. So I just have issues, and so I was like, I want to do this while I can. I don't have the luxury of waiting to retirement. At least I don't know if I do or not. I don't know if I can climb trails and drive for 5 hours a day when I'm 60 years old. I don't know if that's going to be available to me. So I'm doing it now while I can, and I figure, why not? Definitely living in the moment helps me just like, this is where my body's at right now, and this is what's going on. Like, you know, a lot of the times it causes me a lot of anxiety or anger, and like, I don't want it to be this way. What's going on? Like, is it really bad? And I just find just being with it is totally different. And I think because of the solitude and because of being out in nature, and like my house is anywhere, I'm just kind of always at a, like, I'm here and now, and this is what's going on here and now. And when there's not all these distractions and all kinds of things, it's really easy to just like be in my body and just be grateful for that no matter what's going on with it. And I really like my ugly utilitarian van life. It's awesome. So yeah, I don't know, living the dream in my opinion.